Introducing the Props Optimizer, a completely free app to help you find the winning edge in the player prop market. Our AI-powered insights and projections will help you make better decisions and more informed bets. So check before you bet and download the free Props Optimizer app today, available on iOS in the App Store. Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to the NBA Prop Show presented by LineStar. We've got your top 3 NBA player prop bets of the day, as always on our partner sites like Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and Parlay Play. Alongside me is my co-host, Tyler Wiemann. I'm Shannon Sommerville. Let's get after these picks because we've got some redeeming to do after yesterday's 0-3 performance. Woof, woof. The regression monster finally hit us. We had been on such a hot streak, 16-4 over our last 7 shows, but yesterday an 0-3 performance. But you know what that means? We get to give out a winner today because we gave you guys a losing entry yesterday on Underdog. One randomly selected commenter wins $20. So let's announce the winner before we get into today's slate. All right, the winner of the contest is going to be Keem Valentino 6498, who commented, "Let me get that $20." $20 is yours, Keem Valentino 6498. Make sure to comment on today's video so we can get in touch with you to get you your winnings. If you'd like to be a winner as well, all you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. What we're going to do is pair our favorite pick of the day with the special pick that you're going to get if you download Chalkboard and put your entry in on there. So we're going to give out an entry. If that entry, for whatever reason, does not cash, we will give out $20 to a randomly selected commenter that we'll announce on tomorrow's show. So make sure to come back and tune in tomorrow. But hopefully we don't need to give out a winner because we will be giving out some winners for today. And you guys can cash in by tailing us on any of our partner sites. But it's a bit of a mess right now in the NBA landscape. As you all know, if you're watching this show, this time of year is particularly tough because we've got teams who are maybe already locked into a playoff spot. They don't need to do much. They're resting players. They're managing that. We've got injuries. We've also got teams who have absolutely nothing to play for at this point. So it's a tough landscape to kind of navigate. The way we've kind of been going about it is we've been just staying true to LineStar's projections and really leaning into those, which has given us a lot of successful picks over the last couple of weeks. So we're just going to keep it going. Even though we were 0-3 yesterday, we're going to keep with the trend that's been making us money here over the last several weeks and just leaning into LineStar. Again, we also have a new tool called the Props Optimizer. You can check that out as well. It's a free app available right now. iOS in the App Store and will later this month be available on Android as well. Again, it's a free app with ads, so check it out today in the App Store. All right, Tyler, are you ready to get it going on what feels like a tough prop market to navigate? What do you think?
I'm ready, but yeah, it's a wild time in the NBA streets these days.
Well, one of the teams that's resting a lot of players tonight is the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have the 1 seed locked up, and they're going to be resting some guys tonight. So where we can take advantage of that is with Jerome, because he will be starting tonight at point guard. So we're going to take the over on his point total at 18.5. LineStar in the consensus, they're with us to the over here. Jerome's averaging 26.5 of the last 5 games, and that Indiana defense, 21st in points to point guards. And I mentioned that Cavs resting a lot of guys. They're going to be without 4 of 5 starters tonight. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Max Strus, all listed as out for tonight. So Jerome should see increased usage. I like the spot here. What about you?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Jerome's going from 29.9 points per 100 all the way up to 41.5 without, Mitchell, Mobley, Garland. So I definitely like the spot. He gets a huge boost, and he's going to be the main guy scoring the ball. All right. There's also the interesting play with Jarrett Allen. His line is super low today. I think it's because everybody thinks he's not going to play full minutes.
Yeah.
We really have no idea. I searched because, I saw it and I was instantly like, well, we got to play that. Yeah. But there is definitely uncertainty with his minutes. I couldn't find any information out there that he wasn't going to play, his normal, but hard to say, but it's an interesting play.
Yeah, also. And it's kind of a gamble in those situations where you're trying to guess at how much people are going to play in those situations where really they don't have much to gain from all those starters playing. They need to rest. They're locked up in the seeds, so it's hard to predict those scenarios, but again, we saw the other night, I thought that the Celtics were going to be resting guys against the Knicks, and they were like, nope, we're going to take it to the Knicks tonight with all of our starters. So sometimes you can think you know everything, but at the end of the day, you just don't. So you got to just make the best picks that you can and just take reasonable gambles here and there. So remember, as always, it's a good time to note to bet responsibly. So that takes us to our next pick, where we're looking at the game that actually matters for tonight. That's the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves in a very impactful game for the Western Conference. So because of that, originally I had wanted to go Anthony Edwards threes. It was kind of a cash cow for us this season in our prop bets. However, I'm thinking that the move here is Donte DiVincenzo over on his threes, which is only 2.5 threes. LineStar and the consensus are also liking the over here. He's been over 61% of the time this season and averaging 2.8 threes per game over the course of the year as well. Now, going up against a good Memphis Grizzlies defensive team, they're third in points allowed in the paint since the All-Star break. However, they do give it up on the perimeter, 27th in opponent three-pointers made. And the last time the Timberwolves faced them, DiVincenzo had 6 three-pointers in this one. I think all the attention will probably be focused on Anthony Edwards, especially on the perimeter, which would open things up dramatically for DiVincenzo. So that's kind of what I see or what I envision kind of playing out tonight. But what do you think?
I mean, DiVincenzo's in a great spot to just have free reign throwing it up behind three. And we know when he gets hot, he's going to knock down a lot of them. So I like the over 2.5 spot. I think I told you earlier that like I was fading Ant's threes a little bit. I think the line's a little bit high, and they're going to do all they can to chase him off the 3-point line. And Donte could be there waiting for him.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten there in the two, or Anthony Edwards hasn't gotten there in the 2 meetings prior this season. So I definitely think there will be, as you mentioned, a focus there on stopping, Anthony Edwards. And the line originally opened at 3.5, which I actually took that, but it went up within like 5 minutes later. I saw it had gone up to 4.5, and I don't see that for tonight. But I mean, I guess the thing that I'm like, I feel like fading Anthony Edwards in a must-win situation game where he's kind of a gamer. He's going to, it's hard to do, but I totally get that play as well. So let's keep it with this game then. And we're actually going to fade a player in this game. And that player is Memphis Grizzlies center Zach Edey, under 11 points. LineStar and the consensus are both to the under here, and Edey's only averaging just over 9 points per game on the season. Yes, he had 17 the other night against Charlotte. However, he's been under that total for the last 5, and he only had 2 and 8 versus Minnesota earlier this season. Now, he has been playing more minutes over the last several games. However, I think this is a very tough scoring spot, particularly for centers. He's got to go up against a 4-time defensive player of the year in Rudy Gobert. So my money is on that Minnesota Timberwolves defense to be able to stop him, at least in the scoring side of things. I still think in other categories, that's why I'm not going anywhere near like PRA, rebounds, anything like that. I like the points total here to fade particularly. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, there's a couple factors going on here with Edey. His minutes have been all over the place all season long. Over the last, 5-6 games, his minutes are absolutely up, but they could fall at any time. Yeah. He also is a player that is routinely in foul trouble. And even with his minutes up, you mentioned that he's only been over in one of 5.
Yep.
So it's not like with the increased minutes, this is a slam. On this season, in his starts, or over the last 20 games, I should say, he's only averaging 8.5 points in 22 minutes a game. I think there's a lot of foul trouble risk. It's a very tough matchup, and the line is elevated. So I like the fade.
I have seen this on Underdog. This has gone to 10.5. Would you still endorse an under there at that line?
Yes.
Yes, that's the same as me. I think so as well. All right, so those are our top 3 picks for today. Again, each of them carries some risk with it. So, take that into consideration, bet responsibly. Let us know what you're rolling with. Tyler, what do you want our main pick to be that we pair on Chalkboard for today? What's our entry going to look like? I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry about it.
Let's go Ty Jerome.
All right, let's go Ty Jerome.
light it
That's
up.
kind of where I was thinking too. But all right, Ty Jerome is going to be our pick on Chalkboard. Pair that with the special that they're giving out. And if that entry, for whatever reason, doesn't cash, we'll give $20 to a randomly selected commenter on tomorrow's show. So best of luck to you in all of your NBA prop betting for today. Remember to check out that props optimizer. And hey, let us know what you think of the tool. We are always trying to improve it and make it better for our users. So we love your guys' feedback. Thank you so much for all your comments. It's getting close to the end of the season. We'll be back tomorrow with our last show of the NBA regular season. It's coming to an end, Tyler, but at least we've been finishing out on the winning note. What do you think?
I agree.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our last show of the year. So sad, but also MLB. We'll be back with more MLB tomorrow, by the way. Programming note. No games tonight for MLB. So we'll be back tomorrow with our MLB show. And I'm... Two in a row, Tyler, for me in the home run calls. I'm loving it. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. See you tomorrow.